check this view out. Awesome, awesome view. Okay, so today's video, we are going to attempt to put this fan behind my bumper cover to see if it'll help keep my tranny cooler. So hopefully it'll fit. If not, then I'll have to get a different size, but hopefully it works. So you're along for the journey. Okay, so it actually is a lot more simple than I thought it was, which is really good. Because I have the HRG 3-inch Ultimate Lift Kit, I basically just took off, or when I did that, I never put the mud guard back on, and so, and I had to undo the bolts and stuff to put that lift and everything on. So, with that, I didn't know that my bumper cover was only on by the clips on the top of it, which is fine, but this is essentially what I did. So I just disconnected those top ones, stuck it on a box so it's held up. But now I can actually see, so I got my tranny cooler here. I'm gonna see if I can get that fan right in here and wire it up. I also gotta be a little bit more gentle because I have these lights that are wired in through here. And so obviously I could disconnect them or whatever I need to do if I really have to, but I'm hoping that I can just get the fan in here and fit it properly. So wish me luck. All right, so we're here using this fan. Had to take off the bumper cover completely and the grill and plug the lights and such. What we're probably gonna do is we're gonna reverse the fan spin. So it's set up to where it's gonna spin. Well, so first off, we're gonna set it up to where it's actually going to be in there like so. It's set up to be mounted in things like this, but because of the tranny cooler and how it's positioned, also the bumper cover and everything, until I get a new bumper, it won't fit. And so what I'm going to do is, because there's that part that sticks out, I'm going to actually put that about right here and reverse it. The polarity on these wires, this is actually a reversible fan, so all you have to do is, so this one's positive, all I have to do is put that to the negative and it'll actually spin it the other way, which will allow it to still pull air through there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna mount it like this in there. I'm gonna mount that, and then I'm gonna have to cut and modify my bumper cover a little bit. I'm gonna have to cut out the bottom piece of the grill that goes right here. I'm actually gonna have to cut that out where this is actually gonna be sitting. That way it can, the bumper cover can sit back all the way. It's obviously temporary. I'll be getting a new bumper here that's more of like a push bumper or a Baja bumper relatively soon. So hopefully sooner than later. So we'll be able to get this, it'll fit fine with that. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing now. So it's gonna be the next steps. So basically what I ended up doing is I ended up turning the fan around like I was explaining before, and I mounted it. I'll show you where I did that. So essentially what I did was, there we go, is I actually didn't mount it at all like they said, right? But I mounted it right back in here, right to this bar, this brace. But I used their padding in between this piece and that bar. If you can kind of see that. I see that pad in there. The reason I did that is for vibration, right? Want to have as little vibration as possible. So I braced it against that bracket. Then I actually just went right to the cooler line, right, on two sides. And then I also put this padding right here at the bottom, and it's actually very secure. It doesn't wiggle at all, and it spins freely. So it worked out really well. And so now what I have to do is I'm just wiring it up right now to make sure it's spinning the right direction, and that it'll reach the cab. So as soon as I get that wired up, then I'm going to try to button up the bumper cover and see what needs to be cut exactly. That way it can actually fit over this fan properly, and still be on the truck for the time being. So I think for now this is probably as good as it's going to get, but I think I'll be able to keep my tranny cooler, dramatically cooler while off-roading, when the engine temperature isn't as high, right? So that'll definitely be very beneficial. Okay, so we have success. It works. I'm actually going to be using the switch for the lower lights on my grill. The reason being is because these lights actually are not doing very much. The light bar that I have on there does more than enough, and these little lights don't make a difference when it's on. And the light bar has 3 different settings. So I'm actually going to disconnect these little ones, or at least the bottom ones, and just have the top 2 that actually work. The fan works, the switch is already hooked up. That's part of the reason why is I don't have to cut another hole for another switch. Wiring is all done for the switch. I just had to take the positive wire to the switch, and it works like a charm. So I'm excited that that's working. Now I just got to get this bumper cover fit, cut and fit, and then we should be golden and have an extra fan while off-roading to be able to pull in some more air while the engine temp is lower. That way it keeps that tranny cool. It works! Alright, so this is basically as far as I can get. I have to actually, I'm going to have to figure out how to modify this side of the grill. Not really sure how I'm going to do that. This side will bolt on just fine, but this is what I had to cut. So to fit this on here, I had to cut this corner out. And I actually cut it a decent amount. You know, about an inch or so. Inch and a half maybe, probably close to an inch. And then I had to cut this around as well a little bit. I didn't have to go as far, but it is what it is. But then it clears this the whole way, spins freely. So that is a huge benefit. I'm definitely looking forward to being able to use that. I realize it's not perfectly straight either, but it's also mounted reverse, and eventually with the new bumper and everything, it'll be set up a little bit different anyways. This is a good temporary for me while I'm shooting videos and doing all that, but I do have to figure out how I'm gonna cover this side up, and maybe even this side over here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. It's gonna be good, but I think that's kind of where I'm at until I can come up with something to put over that. So okay, so I started to actually I didn't stop, so this is what I am gonna have to do temporarily. Biggest reason is trying to guard this radiator as much as possible. Really just don't want, I want the least amount of opportunity for rocks to get to it as possible. So I cut this off right here, and I'm gonna actually, eventually we'll figure this whole crap out, but for now, this is the way it's gonna have to be. It looks like a hack job, does not look the best, but it should get the job done, and should allow the tranny cooler fan spin freely. Everything should be good to go. And yeah, just gotta button this on here. I'll probably put the H back on there as well. I don't know, we'll see if that'll be good or not, but either way, that should work. Should get things done. Just got to pull the bumper cover back off because I didn't think I was going to do that. So bumper cover is going to come back off real fast. Screw this back on and button it back up. And that'll be it. And we'll see when the next time is that we get going on this. Yet again, I thought I was going to get done or be done and didn't. This is what I did. So it doesn't look half bad. I actually ended up cutting that grill right there, down there, just around the H. So this cover is actually able to stay on. I had to cut the back of it just slightly, right down in here. So I cut that out. That way it has some room. This one's actually solid. It's held right against this this part of the fan. So it doesn't look as hacked. You know, I mean, still obviously when you look at it, it's not that good. It's okay. It's not permanent, but it looks way better than it did just 5 minutes ago. So yeah, I'll consider that a win. So I'm done for the night, and hopefully it works. I'll let you guys know. It definitely looks better than it did. Definitely not as much of a hack job look. You get close, you can tell, but at least from a distance, it looks okay. Videos, it should look all right. And yeah, hopefully things go as well as planned. So I'll let you know in the following videos. Like, share, subscribe. Enjoy.